Everyone, I'm going to be doing some makeup for glasses today because I have been in my glasses for about the past week. I've been dealing with an eye infection and I do feel like I'm really doing better where that's concerned, but I'm still on my eye drops for a few more days. But I've just been taking it very slow and cautiously with the thought of getting back into my contacts and doing any amount of eye makeup. Yesterday, I did a little mascara. Everything went well. I might do a little bit of that today, but it's mostly, you know, the face makeup. And my new light has actually a lot of adjustment capabilities on it in terms of the warmth or coolness of the light and also the brightness of the light. And this is my first time using that new setup with my usual camera on it. So expect some adjustments to be made on this, probably the way my light and stuff is. But I'm going to start off by just adding a little extra moisture to my skin through my primer. This is the Milk and Cookies primer from Hard Candy from their Girl Scouts collection, which I really love. This primer is just so thin, but yet adds a little moisture, has kind of a lightly sweet scent. I just really have enjoyed it. It feels almost, I guess the word might be refreshing when I put it on. Now, one thing I've noticed this past week wearing makeup with my glasses is that staying power around the nose, where your glasses sit, it's important. And I've done some really light, barely there looks, and I have felt like the glasses really wiped those looks away. So the last couple days, I've bumped it up a little bit and tried more coverage using a product that I know to be much more long wearing. So that's the idea today. I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Light Airbrush Finish Foundation in Natural Beige. And I'm going to get a pump of that out, and I'm just going to dab this around, and I plan to blend this in with my blender sponge. This is a little blender from Milani. It's got that wedge shape and then a flat cut right there. But I usually use this bottom end, and I'm just going to bounce this in everywhere. Again, my vision without glasses or contacts on, I got to get like about here to my mirror to feel like I'm seeing myself ultra clearly. So forgive any mistakes. But that's all part of the glasses wearing makeup, right? I did kind of just bounce over my eye area there inadvertently, but again, I really feel completely normal where the eyes are concerned now. I'm going to pair with that my Revlon Color Stay Flex Wear Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I'm just going to use this on any areas where I can use some extra coverage. I'm going to get around my nose with it, out here. So basically, very reliable foundation, very reliable concealer, and then when we go in and set, I'm going to pay extra attention to the nose area where glasses sit. I normally would have spread those dots out. I just feel kind of out of sorts with the whole not having my contacts in thing. And I'm just going to take a little brush and make sure that I'm blended enough in this innermost corner. Next, I'm going to hop over to my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair and grab a little triangle powder puff and just hit the under eye with that. And also really paying attention to the bridge of the nose area. Again, glasses are sitting there. And also I feel like the more brightened up I am in this area with my glasses on, you know, just the act of having the glasses on, I think sometimes can be a bit shadow casting around the eye area. So I know I've said this before, probably in a past glasses video, but I aim for a little more brightness in the under eye area when the glasses are involved. So as I apply there, yes, there's a little extra. I can dust that away / kind of blend it in with my brush. But I know that I'm really going to be good to go for the day with that particular powder. And I feel like making some long wearing makeup choices and then really taking care to set them, that's about all you can do when you literally have something sitting on your face, sitting on your nose, and you're trying to guard against it basically wiping away with just the wear of the day. Go with the products you can count on most and really set the area well. Next up, I feel like using my Butter Dream Team palette today, and I do feel like, to me personally, the powders feel a little more forgiving than creams and liquids when you're in this place where you're doing your makeup and you're literally like having to get really close in order to see. You just don't feel like you're all around seeing as well without your glasses or contacts in. To me, powder is a little bit more of a comfort zone, so I'm going to go to this top one, which is the lighter of the two bronzers. And I'm using this little angled brush from Sephora that I'm kind of liking. It's the Pro Blush 93. And I'm just Gonna get this around my hairline. I kind of just fell into using this because as I was washing my brushes, one that I forgot to grab was my BK Beauty 107. So I'm like, what do I have that's kind of comparable for that purpose? I'm just gonna wedge this into the cheeks. There's also a little bit deeper bronzer that I can follow up with. Right down here, it's the Matte Manoy bronzer. During this week, this is my first time trying to actually shoot an application video, and I'm finding it really hard. Like, bear with me. I don't feel like I have the freedom to just like talk about whatever. Like, I'm hyper focused on what I'm trying to do here because it's hard. But a lot of you suggested a makeup for glasses video, so like, let's do it. Let's give it our best shot. I'm gonna use this blush right here. It's the one called Saucy Mauve, but it's a little different from the Saucy Mauve single, but I still like it. And I'm going to get that going. You know, I think blush really matters every bit as much as it does without the glasses on. I think it shows the radiance that blush gives you. I really feel like it comes through. So we're trying to do that. We're trying to still leave our brightness on the under eye area. So not covering that up too much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh man, Biddy did have her first soccer game last night. And it was her first time playing it. And there were definitely a lot of kids who, you know, it wasn't their first time. Kids who chose to like maybe start doing it in pre-K soccer or something. But this year, by her own choice, she was like, I think I want to do soccer. And at one point during the game, she ran over to me and she's like, I don't think I'm any good at this. And she had tears. And I think she was just overwhelmed by the physicality of the game, you know. I think they did a lot of fundamentals probably at practice, but couldn't really imitate what this game setup was going to be like, and this was her first. And I'm like, you know, this is normal to feel like this with new things. And I reminded her of the story where I escaped swimming lessons and ran over to my mom and didn't think I could do it, and ultimately ended up being a great swimmer and loving swimming. I just kind of reminded her it's okay to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And then she was worried like everybody saw her cry or run over to me. And I'm like, all the people watching, they're looking for their kid out there, okay? Nobody here is worried about you. The players out there, they're thinking about themselves and what they're doing. Don't worry about it. I said the next game, it's a fresh start. You can get out there and just try your best. And that's going to be on Saturday. But yeah, this is a very new thing for her. And I guess the word might just be hesitant. Like, you could just tell out there she was just hesitant to really get into what was going on, because letting around her was all these kids just like running at the ball and kicking it and getting it and everything. And I think that was a little hard for her to jump into. It's the type of thing that I think could happen with time, but I felt for her in that moment because I felt those feelings before. And it was also freezing cold. I give her props for being out in that. So we left the field with her not feeling happy. And then Rhett, my 5-year-old, crocking because he didn't get a treat bag. I brought treat bags for all 9 of the players. I thought they were pretty good treat bags. I had like the little Sargento actual cheese and cracker packs and like a Chomps beef stick and a little bit of candy and a juice. I thought that was good. Anyway, I've done the highlighter, I've done the blush. I'm going to go over my skin lightly with what I consider to be a setting powder or just kind of an all-purpose powder. I'm just running it over my face almost like it was an hourglass powder, only I'm not using my normal brush that I might use for that purpose, but I'm out of sorts today, like I said. Thank you, Better Dream Team palette, making it easy on me today. I'm going to do my brows. These two things have been kind of my comfort products this week. The Milani Precision Brow Pencil, which I'm almost out of, and then the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow Gel Wax. Basically just doing my brows as usual, maybe a little bit lighter than usual, simply because I have no eye makeup, other than I think I'm going to do a little mascara again today. But I don't have a lot happening on the eye to really balance that out. But I like, you know, with my glasses on, my brows can kind of come up above, and I feel like the brows should therefore be defined, right? I'm no pro at this. Yeah, all I have left is what's peeking out of the tip here. But you know what? Sports is just not always about the highlight reel and the stories of glory and wonder, you know. Sometimes it's just hard and it's discouraging and it's new and it's maybe a little scary. And I mean, she's been so excited to do it, to do soccer, and she's come home from any time they practice just like jazzed up, but she got in that game setting and just kind of froze. And I know in her head her thoughts are going a mile a minute while she's standing there still. And I tried to tell her, like, Biddy, this is 1st and 2nd grade soccer. This is not that serious, okay? Let go a little bit. Let yourself be free. Run around like you run around the living room. I mean, heck, Bub's there coaching. You got him nearby, you know? I think my brows are done. I can barely see again. This might be my worst tutorial of life. I'm going to go on with my brand new mascara that I got, a Fresh e.l.f. Lash Extender, because this is a tubing mascara and it's, I think, my favorite one from the drugstore. Actually, truly does not smudge. And yeah, I cleaned off this. I just cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. But yes, I still need to clean my BK Beauty 107 and my e.l.f. Pinky Puff. That's why you saw me using a different puff today. A few things were forgotten. But very, you know, precise brush here, little short rubbery bristles. I like the way it builds up, and you best believe, like yesterday when I first put on some mascara after no eye makeup in days, I felt like the most glamorous person ever, and I'm feeling that now. Like, wow, okay, she's back. We have continued to have so much wind here this week. It's been an incredibly windy week, and I'm glad nothing seemed to really get re-irritated, you know, where my eye area was concerned, because I don't know, it's been very windy, and with pickups and drop-offs and soccer games and stuff, I've really pretty much had to be out in it. Look at me just layering this up, getting some length. Yes, I don't think I'm going to bother doing my lower lashes, but if I were really like into full-on makeup with my glasses, I would still do an eye look. Me just doing mascara today is kind of specific to what I've been dealing with, but if I hadn't been, I'd be doing some eyeshadow. What I would be paying a lot of attention to is getting the look of lift under those glasses, okay? You're coming up here, you're bringing your darkness up just a little bit, so even through the glasses, you're feeling like the eyes are really making an impact. And like I said, I'm just baby stepping it back into the normal everyday mode. Gosh, it's also been hard for me to tell if I'm actually in focus. That's been another kind of problem for me with this. Now, the next thing that I would do, and I referenced this in my last video, but if I'm wearing glasses and also the eye look is light, I'm wanting to play up the lips a little bit more. I feel like that gives the face some more balance. You know, you got glasses, and then let's let the lips shine. Today I'm wearing this like burgundy sweatshirt. You know what, let's find a lipstick. I haven't used lipstick in a while. Okay, I'm taking this shade from Revlon. It's called Coffee Bean, and it's pretty brownish. And it's called a pearl finish. It's not like ultra shimmery, but you can really see that. I want to define it out a little more with some Live on the Edge from Maybelline. Yeah, it's a nice little mix here. Coffee Bean is a little bit lighter all in all than Live on the Edge. And I want it to come through, peek through a little bit. I might add a little more. I think that's kind of pretty. And then let's pop the glasses on. I can see. Okay, hair out. Now, I know there's kind of some glare going on, but I feel really good about this look. I've really gotten accustomed to seeing myself now this week with a little less eye makeup on, and you know, that's fine by me. I'm happy with the little bit of mascara, but still the brow is done. We've got, again, a brightened under eye that's not getting shadowed as much as it could at times with glasses on. A cheek still fully done, and a bolder lip that I think just gives that balance. I hope this was somewhat helpful. I hope when I go to edit it, I find out that it was somewhat in focus, because normally, like, I'm adjusting myself and pausing and sometimes waiting for the camera, and here, you know, sitting here like this, I'd have to get up like this to the camera to tell if I was in focus, and then I'm, guess what, throwing off the focus. So hopefully this works out. Next video I'll probably be back in contacts. But I do love my glasses. These glasses came from Walmart Vision Center, I think, but it was years ago. I've loved them so much. I love the shape and size. These glasses have been good to me. I really like them. Thank you again, my friends, for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.